a lot of drama going on social media. All these fallouts. I mean, Brainwavezz is now in the hot seat. Now he's being thrown under the bus. Like this is really crazy, man. This is why I always tell people to roll solo, man, because it's interesting, man. Brainwavezz went down to the land, brung his cameras, brung his equipment, you know what I mean? NuBreed threw him under the bus. That's crazy, man. And I'm pretty sure he feels some type of way because it's like he supported NuBreed. He probably kind of feel how I felt. Brainwavezz probably felt like I'm a brother. He considered NuBreed a friend. And now it's like to hear NuBreed throw him under the bus like that in that crash out video. He got to think to himself, like, why? Now I understand how Ringo feel. Pretty sure he's thinking that. He might not admit it, but I would feel some type of way if I actually went to the land, took video. It kind of makes me feel like my situation. Like I went down to the land, I shot video, I was there, and y'all all seen the videos where I published the videos. You saw me at the land. You saw NuBreed and me in the car, we're driving around, talking about positive stuff. And now all of that is gone. Brainwavezz, he went down to the land for the jamboree. I think he said he was the last one that left the land. And now NuBreed threw him under the bus, basically, you know, disrespected him. I don't know why. I guess maybe Brainwavezz said something in the previous video. I know there was a video that Brainwavezz did where he was trying to, I guess, bring everybody together. I thought it was a bad idea, right? Because it's just not happening, right? But he must have said something in that video that got under NuBreed's skin. And this goes back to what I said. People will only rock with you up until the point you say something that they don't like. Then all of a sudden now they don't see you as a person that they can use. In other words, if Brainwavezz hold NuBreed accountable in any sort of capacity, NuBreed will see that as a threat. And that's the situation here. So he threw Brainwavezz under the bus, had some negative things to say about him. We already know he don't like me. We already know that already. But now he's falling out with the people he was with at the jamboree. Brainwavezz was at the jamboree. And now him and NuBreed has a fallout. So not only did NuBreed fall out with Ringo, NuBreed fell out with MarcTheMessenger. NuBreed now fall out with Brainwavezz. And now it seems like Pastor Rufus. He got an issue with Pastor Rufus. He got an issue with Karatazar. He got an issue with Brainwavezz. He got an issue with MarcTheMessenger. But Ringo's the bad guy. Y'all don't see a pattern? Is religion real? Is the question. We all say we're in the truth. But when you look at men that claim these things, they don't display that. NuBreed crashed out again, went berserk, went crazy. He was going off on callers. You had people that called in on the show. He was hanging up the phone on people. I'm like, dang. So the only people that he allows to call in is only if you agree with him. If you disagree, he hangs up the phone on you. Y'all didn't see that? I did. I seen him hang up the phone on. I mean, there was one troll that came in. He hung up the phone. That was a weirdo that called in. Some white guy called in and started giggling or something like that. But he hung up the phone on one brother who came in. He just hung up the phone on him for no reason. Brother didn't even get to share his thoughts. I'm like, dang, I know that brother gonna make a video. I can guarantee you, whoever he is, he looked like somebody that's into doing YouTube. So he's gonna make a video. Some other guy, I didn't hear what he had to say. When I tuned in, when I click the video to check to see what they're talking about, I'm not sure if the dude had locks or whatever the case is. He hanged up the phone on him. Oh, one thing that was interesting about the second crash out video is you had a 17-year-old brother that called in. He was wearing a bonnet. Man, the 17-year-old brother talked about something that, I guess he was trying to bring up something that I brought about in one of my videos regarding the land initiative, that nothing is developed in the land. There's no internet. There's no waste management. There's no water. They have like a little pump. It ain't doing anything. Like it took them 20 years just to fill up the pool. Like for the Jamboree, it took them like literally hours just to fill it up. It's like it's crazy. There's no electrical. There's nothing there. So when come on down to UP Farms, there's nothing there. There's like literally there's nothing there. It's like going to a desert and there's nothing there. So during the time when the people were there was no internet. You couldn't do nothing. Like people were literally stuck. So the 17-year-old brought up what I said. And rather than NuBreed respond, he started to talk about the young brother's bonnet on his head. Oh, you're a man, you're wearing a bonnet. The brother asked a simple question about the land, about why there's no internet, like, you know. And the brother said that Ringo talked about these things behind the scenes. That's true. I talked about these things with NuBreed behind the scenes, and I talked about these things with Rufus behind the scenes. I said nobody's coming to the land if these things aren't in place. Nobody. Nobody's gonna. How could you build a business in an area where there's no Wi-Fi signal? How could you build a business? How could anybody build any business? You have to think what I'm saying now. The land is literally in the middle of nowhere. I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. So if there's no running water, no waste management, no electrical, no internet, nothing is done. Nobody ain't going over there. And these are the type of things that I brought up to NuBreed behind the scenes, as well as Rufus. And I tried to give them some of my ideas regarding these things, because I wanted to find out where their plans were. Like, okay, are y'all gonna get the electrical thing going? Like, what are y'all gonna get going? Like, because the people need to see something. These are things that I always had concerns with. So the reason why I'm saying all of that is because the young brother that called in on NuBreed's show, he was taking phone calls after the crash. After he crashed out, he started to take phone calls. And a 17-year-old brother came in, had cornrows. He was wearing a bonnet. And the young brother started asking questions about the land, and NuBreed, like, he got stuck. And he couldn't answer. It's like he know there's no answer. Like, there's nothing in the land. And rather than him give an answer, or at least to attempt to, he started to attack the brother's bonnet. But you're a man. Why are you wearing a bonnet? And I'm saying to myself, first of all, the dude is 17. NuBreed at one point in his life had locks. If you know anything about locks, you know that when you go to sleep, if you have locks, if you're a cleansely person, if you're a person that understands to have healthy locks, you would wear something, not a bonnet, but something that you cover your locks with to protect your locks from getting lint, any sort of material in your locks, and so on and so forth. Because a lot of times when people have locks, it look dusty. You look at their locks, they have all these white lint in their locks, all this dust and dirt. You know why? Because they never cover their locks when they go and they rest. So the brother had a fresh new cornrow, like fresh, his hair got done. And he's wearing a bonnet. I didn't see what was the big issue to point out the man's bonnet or it doesn't make any sense. So people were calling in trying to ask questions because he wanted to open the lines for them to get their thoughts. I believe one brother came in there and said, look, I'm tired of this. I watched both of you guys, and NuBreed basically flipped on the caller. Flipped on him. I'm like, damn. Brother didn't even do nothing. He flipped on him. It's crazy, man. Let me see. You said, Ringo, I know this is off topic, but I don't know if you know it's a statewide manhunt in North Carolina. A man escaped from officers. I don't care. I care about that. So it's not bothering me. Yeah. So dude not only hanged up the phone on the brother with the locks. I don't know if he had locks. I think he had locks. Maybe it was braids. But he hanged up the phone on him and basically told him, well, then stop watching me then. Stop. Like, leave me alone. And all the brother said was, look, what you're doing ain't right. He ain't want to take the criticism. Another brother came in. I was looking forward to hearing what he had to say. To that brother that got hanged up on before you could even speak, you need to make a video, fam. You need to make a video about the situation. You need to make a video about it because he hung up the phone on you and you didn't even get a chance to say a word. He just hanged up. So you need to really make a video about that one. Now, towards the ending of the video, NuBreed had some guy that come in, some older brother, right? An older gentleman, right? Because he's an older brother, so I don't want to, make it seem like I'm just saying whoever he is. Seemed like an older gentleman, a more senior brother that should know right from wrong. And it was almost like the brother is trying to make NuBreed see himself. I think the brother failed in his attempt because he knows him. And I think that he know NuBreed is wrong, but it's like, this is what happened when men don't know how to hold other men accountable. It's like he was agreeing with everything NuBreed was saying. NuBreed was like, yeah, I'm a man of war. The Most High is a man of war. This is a war. My job now is to expose the evildoers. And I'm like, this is what he was telling the gentleman. And the guy looked like he was trying to, almost like he's trying to say, yo, Breed, you looking bad. And he didn't know what to tell him because he didn't want NuBreed to get offended. He didn't want NuBreed to get mad. And I could see it on his face in the video. The older guy was trying to speak to him. You seen it too? Yeah. The guy was trying his best, man. The guy was trying, all right. let me put it like this. I don't know the older brother with respect to him. He seemed like the type of guy that is cool, calm, collected, been around. He's a wise man, I can tell. I just feel that in that moment that you had NuBreed's attention, you failed. You failed, sir. Respectfully, you failed. You're supposed to rebuke him sharply, like the scripture says. And I feel that you just gave him a pass. You reinforced it. Now, at the end, where you said something along the lines of death and life is in the power of the tongue, that got his attention a little bit to kind of shake the demon that was in him, because it's like he got off the live real quick because he really had nothing else to say, because you shook up the spirit that he was on, because you made him realize that he said a lot of ungodly things with his tongue. He don't realize that he actually destroyed himself during that entire live. He thought that he was doing something righteous, but his tongue set on fire the course of nature. He don't even know that. He's going to learn that as he watched the playback. He's going to look at all the things he said, and he's going to be like, oh, boy. That's what he's going to do. You had the opportunity to reach him. I think that you didn't want to make him upset. You said, I know you. I'm not like these people. You know me. I know you. You know me. That's what he was telling NuBreed. And you could see how NuBreed is like listening, but the gentleman didn't want to say anything to offend. He didn't want to offend him. You know? He didn't want to offend him. And I think that the gentleman did a bad job. If you ask me, you had an opportunity to reach out to him. And you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny about that? Let me see if I can pull the receipt. I'm going to show you how NuBreed was literally being controlled by a demon. I'm going to show you right now. Watch this. Let me see. Watch this. You see that? Look, that's the caller. There's NuBreed. While NuBreed is talking to him, look at his live chat. Blah, blah, blah. You ain't nothing. Bye, fake caller. Go do your research, loser. This is what his audience was saying. All in the chat while he was talking to that gentleman, I'm looking at the live chat, and they were all disrespecting the guy. NuBreed's audience was disrespecting the man while he's trying to reach NuBreed. They were basically saying, F him, continue to go in on Ringo. That's basically what the audience was saying. The audience was saying in so many words, forget that guy. Continue going in on Ringo. That's sad, man. Because I felt the gentleman could have did better. I could tell that he appears to be a no-nonsense type of guy. He seemed like he came there with the right spirit. Steve came there with the right spirit, but he didn't deliver, man. He didn't deliver. He didn't rebuke the demon that was in operation. He knows. I could tell that Steve can see. He knows. It's almost like he didn't want to go there. And to me, that is when you know we failed. He had the opportunity to rebuke NuBreed publicly and openly in front of everybody. And what that would have did to NuBreed, it would have showed everybody the true colors. Because if NuBreed know him and this man who he's supposed to know rebukes him and says, you're wrong. You are wrong. Doesn't matter what all these guys are doing, what the Bible says. If you claim you're a follower of Christ and you claim in the last days, people are going to do this and people are going to do that, and you believe that that's who we are, then we're doing what we're supposed to do. If you're a believer in Christ, You should be focusing on the gospel. You should be focusing on winning souls. You shouldn't be worrying about who's talking about you. Everybody's going to talk about you. When you're worrying so hard and going crazy over who's talking about you, it's because you got something to hide and you want to protect an image, a public persona of yourself. That's why you're worried about opinions. That's why. I got people talking about me right now. I got people doing live streams right now talking about me. Guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Not losing sleep over that. People are going to always talk about you. But Steve could have did a better job with that. I think that he didn't want to offend NuBreed or possibly get, because if you notice, NuBreed didn't put him in the little small screen on the side. NuBreed put him side by side, which this means respect. If you look, NuBreed put him in a side by side screen. Whereas all the other callers, he put them in a small little box on the side. But that's what happened. He put him in a side-by-side screen because it's like he figured he know him. But the guy was scared to rebuke NuBreed. You know? Yeah, they'd be scared to offend. But fast to be offended. Yeah, that's a good video right there. Everyone is scared to offend, but fast to be offended. That's a video right there, man. Let me see. Yeah, screenshot that. That right there is definitely a video. Definitely. That's supposed to be NuBreed in the chat. Let me just put you on the block list. I don't got time. I don't got time to go back and forth. Go to your channel and cry. I'm over here discussing real matters. That's either NuBreed or that's a troll. Either way, I don't really care. The point is, Steve was afraid to call out NuBreed in that situation. He was afraid. He didn't want to offend him. And I saw he was like, you could tell he was like, NuBreed, listen to me. You know me, right? So he was nervous, man. It's like he just couldn't say what needed to be said. I don't know, man. And if you look at this thing from a spiritual aspect, anybody that try to hold NuBreed accountable, he falls out with them. Now, you know he had a falling out with me over money, but that's not enough. Now he has a falling out with MarcTheMessenger and Brainwavezz. Not only that, he has an issue with Pastor Rufus. And any of the callers that disagree, he hangs up on them. That's crazy, man. I didn't hear the one about, you said somebody called him a clown. I didn't even hear that. I didn't get to that point. You know? I didn't get to that particular point. You said one dude straight up called him a clown. I didn't get that. I'll have to watch the replay. He said he's keeping the video up. All right. Gino says, can we just all pray together and end all this? You can end all of it by stop watching. Why are you here? See, I don't understand this mess. Y'all got to stop this religious garbage. Stop saying stuff like, can we all pray and do this and end all this when you're watching? Like you're watching. You think about what you're saying. I'm just making content reporting the news. NuBreed just keep thinking about what I'm doing next. Like I said, if that man feel that he's here to do the work of God, right? Then go do the work of God. go do the work of God. Reach all the souls you want to reach. I'm going to reach the souls I need to reach. Because you're not going to win against me. That's not going to happen. Because when I speak sense. And you won't see me crashing out in videos. That you won't see. I'm calm, cool, collected. I don't got time for all that extra stuff. Right? So, at the end of the day, now Brainwavezz is going to make a video. I know he's going to make a video. I know Brainwavezz is going to make a video about this. Because when he hear what NuBreed had to say about him, that's not going to sit too lightly with him. He's going to have something to say. You know? He's going to have something to say. MarcTheMessenger definitely ain't rocking with NuBreed after this. You know, he disrespected MarcTheMessenger again. This is crazy. I want to know what Rufus is going to say about this. Because Rufus says he's supposed to be doing some work with the land and helping NuBreeding them out. So I don't know how that's going to go, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't help nobody if I'm hearing them move like this. I wouldn't. That's crazy. But hey, it is what it is. He said he's going to keep his word, so it's really sad. It's really unfortunate. I didn't think it would get to this. I thought that NuBreed just had a problem with me. But now it's like MarcTheMessenger and now Brainwavezz. Like, come on now. It's like everybody that was with NuBreed, he falls out with. I would have never thought you would have had a falling out with Brainwavezz, though. Maybe y'all could chop it up behind the scenes and still be friends. Maybe. I don't know how, you know, Brainwavezz feel about that. Maybe y'all might be able to chop it up behind the scenes, you know, and be friends. But after the disrespect of Brainwavezz, I forgot what he called him. He called him something, man. I'm not sure if he said he's trying to be messy or he said something bad about Brainwavezz. I don't know exactly what it is, but he said something bad about him. And it wasn't cool at all. It wasn't cool at all. Let me see. I just wanted to end well for both of y'all since I followed you guys for years. What you got to do, Gino, is this, respectfully. Let me ask you a question, Gino. Did you hear my side? No. Did you see my documentary? No. What you've heard thus far is nothing but lies from NuBreed. That's all you heard. What I've been doing in my videos is defend myself against all of the criticism and the lies that has been put out. And I provided nothing but receipts. There gotta come a time in your life, Gino, that you actually is able to look at the situation and weigh it for yourself. NuBreed crashed out in a video, went crazy. He crashed out again, disrespecting my family, my children, and me. How much more do you need to see? Why are you here? Why are you not over there saying what you said here? See, this is what I have an issue with, is that you folks come here and you'll come in my live chat and you'll say stuff like you want all of this to end. You want everybody to pray and come together. But you say that on my channel. You don't go over there and say that. Why is it that when you guys do that, you always do that here? You don't go over there, which means you're biased. That's not cool. Not cool at all, man. You got to make up your mind what it is, man. It comes a time, this man fell out with me. He fell out with MarcTheMessenger. He fell out with Brainwavezz. And now he got issues with Pastor Rufus because Pastor Rufus rebuked him and then came into the public and said what they talked about privately. NuBreed has an issue because Pastor Rufus mentioned that he had a private conversation with NuBreed on brother Karatazar's live. NuBreed has a problem with Pastor Rufus because Pastor Rufus told the public what he talked with NuBreed with privately. But yet, NuBreed is airing out my DM messages that are private publicly. Y'all can't see what's going on? He went and aired out my private messages. When he didn't read them, he didn't listen to them 2 months ago. But he's telling you guys 50 voice memos. Who got time to listen to 50 voice memos? You. It's good enough to listen to it live so you can monetize your video. But it wasn't good enough to listen to it 2 months ago. So now you want to fall out with Pastor Rufus. Shout out to George. Shout out to George for the support. Hold on a second. Says, I was in the chat. It was a bunch of your old subs shaking my head. Them hypocrites, something else, had some choice words for him and got attacked from the chat. See, this is what I'm saying, fam. This is what I'm saying. The chat over there is on hinge, man. NuBreed be thinking that because he got 700 people watching that they rock with him. No. I'm smart enough to know that when I go live and I talk about an issue and I got a bunch of people in the building, I know all of those people don't rock with me. A lot of those people don't even like me. They just like the drama. They like the entertainment. It's only but a few people that want to hear the truth. Only a few. Yes, he shared your private information. That's exactly what I'm saying. NuBreed shared my private info first on social media. NuBreed told all of you that Ringo started this. Ringo did not start this. I did not go to social media with this. NuBreed did. I did not tell nobody about any moving process. When did I never said that. That's what NuBreed did. NuBreed came out and said, because Ringo is making these videos, I don't want y'all to think I did something crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell y'all exactly what went down. And NuBreed started to tell y'all that this was about a moving process. Then he started sharing my private DM messages with the public. I never did anything. He lied and continued to lie. Sad, man. Yeah, he insulted my family, insulted my kids, and he believed that he's doing God's work. He said that he's literally at war. And I keep telling NuBreed, I don't think he understands. You know, somebody need to give him the memo. Like, this is exactly what I do. This is not for him. He's supposed to be focusing on his land initiative. He's supposed to be focusing on preaching those chosen one videos and just sticking with that. He is thinking about what I'm doing every minute of the day. I'm going to do content. That's what I do. We're not friends. So I don't even know what he's worrying about. He's supposed to treat me how he would any other person on YouTube that don't like him. You know, it doesn't even make no sense. When the white boy that made videos about NuBreed, remember the dude that NuBreed was going at? Remember the guy he said stole his style? Even though the guy stole certain things. But NuBreed was pissed with that situation. About the chosen one, y'all remember that situation? When the white boy made videos about him, NuBreed tried to go back and forth, but he wasn't winning. The white boy was cooking him. The white boy was cooking him with a lot of sarcasm. He was calm. And that's another thing. If you notice when the white boy was responding to NuBreed, he wasn't yelling. He wasn't screaming. He wasn't crashing out. He was just speaking calm, cool, and collected. And he was able to win over NuBreed's audience. Now, NuBreed's audience is on his channel. Matter of fact, they watch him more than NuBreed. Believe it or not. NuBreed's audience watched the white boy's channel more. When NuBreed had an issue with Trend or with the whole Chosen One thing, I think I only made one video about that dude. He recently made a video about everybody the other day, but I'm not even wasting my time responding to him, right? He's looking for some attention, you know what I mean? But when he made videos about NuBreed, NuBreed was really upset. And it's like he couldn't stop thinking about Trend. So I'm trying to figure out, why don't he give me that same treatment? Like, what's so special about me when I make my videos? Because all I'm doing is reacting to your videos. You call my videos attacks. How? I'm calm. I'm not cursing you out. I'm just speaking to the camera. How is that an attack? I disagree with you. So I'm giving my review. Just like if I'm on Amazon and I shop at Amazon and I disagree with the product, I have a right to share my review. I'm giving my review of the situation. Right? Yeah, he wanted Brainwavezz. But see, Brainwavezz, what he did was, Brainwavezz made a video the other day where he was basically trying to call a round table. Right? The only thing that I disagree with Brainwavezz video, I was gonna go in on him on a separate video, but I decided not to because I don't want to be petty about it, even though it's a serious issue. Because at the end of this video, he was like, let's pray, let me pray. And he was praying publicly. The Bible says don't do that. The Bible says that when you pray, go into your prayer closet, and the God who sees in secret will hear your prayer and reward you openly. So when he was praying in public, that's what the hypocrites do. According to what the scripture says, it says the hypocrites pray in public for men to see them. That's the only part of his video that I disagree with. The rest of his video, if you erase the part at the end with the prayer, I think that he did a good job with the video, because at that point, Brainwavezz was not being biased. He was basically looking at the situation from a perspective of trying to squash this issue. And he wasn't taking sides. He wasn't saying, well, I rock with NuBreed, I rock with Ringo, I rock. He was literally even inviting Pastor Dow. He was inviting people that you would consider the enemy, right? He was trying to get everybody to kind of come together. So I think that NuBreed probably seen that video and didn't like it. I don't think he liked it. I think at that moment, he probably looked at Brainwavezz as, yo, I thought you was cool with me, man. You supposed to be going at this dude. You don't supposed to be trying to check me, you know? So, I don't know. It could be one of them things. You know? Let me see. You said NuBreed NuBreed kicked me off his live for holding him accountable so he can still be prideful. He didn't only kick me off, he kicked off others that gave him criticism. Wow. And blocked people in his chat to control the narrative. Yeah, that's what I mean. They love to say that I block people. I only block people that come over here to troll. I always let everybody rock out. I let people rock out in my chat. As long as you don't come in here with disrespect and foolishness, like posting foolish questions, then I gotta pack you up. But for the most part, I let people just rock out, because you don't wanna just block everybody. You wanna have some opposing views, you know what I mean? But to block people that are trying to hold you accountable, that's crazy, you know? That's true. All right. Somebody said, if this guy is close to God if this guy is close to God and knows his word, he should know God loves women. Yeah. The Most High loved the daughters of Zion. It's written of in the scriptures. But NuBreed disrespected my kids, my daughters. I have 4 girls. NuBreed basically said that my daughters is a curse from God to me, and said that I would never have sons because I'm not man enough to raise sons. And I'm trying to figure out where is this coming from, because raising sons and raising daughters is 2 different jobs. And what does that have to do with a moving process? I mean, if your sons expect to have wives, then that means I would have to raise my daughters in order to be wives. So what NuBreed said is irrelevant. It makes no sense. If I'm not equipped to raise sons, then maybe I'm equipped to raise daughters. Don't you think that would be profitable to your sons? So you're not making any sense. Or maybe it is that you're not capable of raising sons, and that's why you're upset, because you're not man enough to actually do the right job. Because if you are an example of what you are, then it only says what you will teach a child. If you have anger issues, if you don't look at women as of any value, that's what you're going to teach your sons? That don't make no sense. Let me see. It was a stupid thing to say. It didn't make no sense what he said. I think it's pure jealousy, fam. Like, the man always had the evil in his heart, man. It's almost like he's trying his best to hurt RINGOTV. None of those words hurt. What's sad is that you embarrass yourself. This is social media. The things you say and do can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion. This is something a lot of people don't understand about social media. Social media is a dangerous place when it comes to the things you say. This is why crashing out on camera is the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you can do on social media. It will never go away. It'll be forever there. They'll always see you crashing out. And they're going to always say, oh man, but yo, when you crashed out, bro, you heard what you said about Ringo's kids. You heard what you said about Ringo. Bam, you out of pocket. And you're going to see people cutting that clip. You're going to see it. All those other content creators that don't like NuBreed, they're going to cut that video up. And they're going to cut out just that one part. And they're going to play it on loop. And they're going to say, you see, guys, this is the guy that want you to donate your money to some land. That's what they're going to do. You got to always be concerned with your public image and how you looking out in these streets. The thing is, people get offended quick. That's what I learned with humans. They get offended instantly, bro. It's just like when I respond to people in the comments. Sometimes I can respond to somebody in the comments, they get upset right away. I'm like, damn, you upset? You can respond to somebody in the comments and they'll get upset. Offended right away. Black people hate runs deep on another black person. It's inevitable. It's never like that in other races. Yeah, that's a fact. Other races actually show a lot of love and compassion for their people. Only our people hate each other badly. Because I don't know why he brought up children. I don't know why. Yeah, it digs a bigger hole for himself, because it's like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, everybody you meet, everybody you seem to be cool with at one point, it's like you fall out with them. This man literally was upset because Pastor Rufus aired out the fact that he talked with him behind the scenes and said, I warned him. And he came on his live and was like, yo, why you do that? Like, why you tell everybody that, you know, you spoke to me privately? I'm looking at dude like a hypocrite. Like, bro, do you not realize what you're saying? So what if he told everybody? He spoke to you privately. You went out in the public and went crazy and crashed out. He's holding you accountable. So now you salty with Pastor Rufus now? I don't know. I want to see what Pastor Rufus is going to say about the situation. He seems to be the type that is going to have more of the approach of love and forgiveness. But I want to see how he's going to respond to this one. He might just ignore it, you know, because after seeing NuBreed do that, if I was Rufus, I wouldn't even want to have a phone call with you on the phone. Like, I can't talk to you no more, man. It's like, this is why all of that stuff about go to your brother privately, it's a waste of time. It really is. It's a total waste of time. The reason why the Bible said that is not so that we could practice it today. It's because in that time when it was written, you had to go to your brother privately. You couldn't go to the internet back in the day. If you had an issue, you had to go to your brother privately. Do you understand? You had to. There was no choice. There was no phones, no internet, no buses, no cars. You had to go to your brother. And normally, your brother lived in close proximity to you. So you could walk over there and go to him. You know? We're in 2024, fam. It don't make no sense about going to somebody privately. That don't even make no sense. Because I tried that. Before all of this started, I went to NuBreed privately. Like a man trying to do what the Bible said. I went to him privately and humbly and recorded all my voice memos because it was late. I think it was late or early. I'm not sure what time it was. But I voiced my thoughts because I felt that was needed. Instead of listening to the voice memos back then, 2 months ago, he never listened. He said he listened to about 3 or 5 of them, got offended, turned it off, and then went cold. 2 months later, he's playing my voice memos on YouTube in a live stream for the world to see, my private messages. It was for him to handle behind the scenes so we could chop this up. We could have argued behind the scenes. You understand what I'm saying? We could have argued behind the scenes. He could have responded via the voice memos, and then maybe it could have turned into a phone call. But to say that the voice memos is excessive or I'm not listening to 50 voice memos, it's rather pathetic and foolish because if I pull up me and NuBreed's DM messages, fam, this is the way we communicated all the time. This is the way me and NuBreed communicated all the time. We never really spoke by phone ever. Only twice we spoke on a phone, and it was short. Less than about 2-3 minutes. That's it. Brief phone calls. The only communication we had was voice memos. If you go through my DM messages with NuBreed, it's voice memos from him, voice memos from me. And that's the way we interacted and had conversations, back and forth. So for him to say 50 voice memos is excessive, it's pathetic. Because this is how we communicated. But he does that for entertainment for you guys. To make it seem like he never responded to voice memos. Or like, voice memos? Real men don't do voice memos. Fam, that's how we communicated all the time. I could pull up the voice memos right now and show you on the live. I did this already in some of my previous lives. I already proven this. I went to the voice memos and I showed everybody. And you can see NuBreed respond, I respond. NuBreed respond, I respond. And I have a tendency, I do this with everybody. Anybody that know me, they know I communicate via voice memos. That way, when you speak, I can listen to your words and come back and give my response. NuBreed is making it seem like it's a misunderstanding by using voice memos. How? It's recorded. You can play it back over and over. How could you misunderstand? You're more likely to misunderstand somebody on the phone because when they talk, you didn't hear them. And then once that phone hangs up, you forget what they said. Voice memo, it is sitting in your DM. You can always go back and listen to what I said. So how could there be a misunderstanding? Do you understand? He's gaslighting you. Voice memos is more sufficient and efficient than a phone call. People like to say, oh, you could have called me on the phone, like that's gonna change something. The voice memos is my voice. You heard my tone, you heard my words. There's no way around it. Yeah, bringing children in the situation is wrong. No integrity, no coming back from that. That's my point. That's my point, fam. That's my point in the situation. That's my point in the situation. Is that once you bring the kids in this, there's no coming back from that. I can never trust you around my kids. You know what I mean? Never. Not when you have that type of evil in your heart towards kids. I can't deal with that. You know? Phone calls and voice memos, damn near the same. It is the same. The voice memo is actually better because you got the receipt. He's worried about receipts. Y'all didn't hear him in the video? He was like, Ringo is always trying to gather receipts on his brothers. What are you talking about? Gather receipts? This is how we had conversations. Do I need to pull it up right now live? I can go all the way back to the beginning with this dude, man. Nothing but voice memos, voice memos, voice memos. The guy is literally gaslighting, playing these games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The kids thing was not cool. That you said I can admit. Yeah, that's where NuBreed lost his credibility in this war. Because once people learn that you went after Ringo's kids, all bets are off the table. You lost all credibility. I told you I'm playing chess, not checkers. And I understand in this game, one thing you don't do is you don't talk about the kids. You could talk about me. I don't mind you talk about me. But once you bring in the kids, the people ain't gonna like that. That's one thing the people are not gonna like. They're not gonna respect that one. You might sound like a tough guy. You might sound like you going in on Ringo. But especially with women, women are not gonna be too happy about that. They're not gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, so you hate women? That's the first thing a woman gonna say. Is that you hate the sisters? You know? Yeah, he brought up kids and fighting, but told Mark that we supposed to be brothers coming together. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's bad, y'all. It's bad, man. And he went after everybody, man. All the callers, he was disrespecting the callers. People try to share their thoughts, and he just condemned them all, man. Sad. But hey, I'm just hoping that you, the people, are out there paying attention to what's going on. And you see the truth. You know, y'all thought I was a monster. You know, but come to find out, you seeing what it is. Seemed like everybody that NuBreed connect with, he has a falling out with. Y'all thought it was just me. Now it's MarcTheMessenger. Now it's Brainwavezz. There's some turbulence with Pastor Rufus. I don't know how he feel about Karatazar. I don't know how you feel about him. I'm pretty sure he don't like him either. You know, but it's crazy. I wish Steve did a better job. Steve, if you're listening, I know you don't know me. You probably don't like me either. But I watched the video. I looked at what you were saying. And I felt that the Most High wanted you to tell him about himself. You were supposed to rebuke him. If there's anybody that could have did that, it was you. Right? Because he's not going to take the rebukes that I give. He gets offended. But from you, he was supposed to see that. And I think that you dropped the ball. At the end, when you said death and life is in the power of the tongue, that kind of shook him up a little bit, made him get off the live. He tuned off quick. He got out of there. But I think that Steve could have did a better job. You know? Yeah, after Steve appeared, he calmed down. Because remember, this is somebody that he actually know. Remember, NuBreed was under demon possession. NuBreed was under demon possession, y'all. So when Steve came in, Steve is not one of the people in the chat. Steve is somebody that he's supposed to know. So this is a different situation here. So the demon that's in him cannot lash out at Steve. You get what I mean? So Steve remained calm, and I can tell that Steve know he's talking to a demon. I know with Steve's discernment, he know NuBreed is not in his right mind. He knows that. He know. but he didn't want to offend. Yeah, he performed an exorcist. He did. He started to try to convince NuBreed that, you know, you got a mission from God. You're messing up your witness. All of the things that I was saying from my last stream. If you listen to my last stream, the things that I was saying, how NuBreed destroyed his image, how Satan didn't come to attack me. Satan came to destroy NuBreed. And I started talking about how NuBreed is destroying his public image, and he's embarrassing himself. He just can't see it. He think he's getting back at me, but none of that stuff is fazing me. People talk about me on YouTube grossly disgusting. Like, they say the most outlandish evil about me every single day. They're talking about me right now on different channels. Right now. Like, people are literally talking about me. So I don't really care about what NuBreed have to say. Nothing that he say is hot. Nothing that he say is like, oh my goodness, I'm hurt. Nah, because my public image is intact. My integrity is solid, and I never crashed out. So nobody got those kind of receipts on me. The only thing I'm seeing from people is a bunch of bochinche, that's it. That don't count in the court of public opinion. You gotta have receipts. You gotta have actual facts and proof. And that's something NuBreed don't got. He just have talk. That don't count in the court of public opinion. You gotta have receipts. You know? Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna get up on out of here. Yeah, anytime you crash out, it's not a good look. Anytime you crash out, it's never a good look. But he was proud in his crash out. He said, hey, he want war. This is what he said. He was showing out for the people. I'm like, fam, you don't realize the audience that you think you going crazy for, they are demons, bro. Those people don't care about you. Like I said, look on the screen, look at the chat, right? That was the chat in his video, right? Look what somebody said. Blah, 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 blah. You ain't nothing. Bye, fake caller. Go do your research, loser. That's what the person was saying to NuBreed's friend, Steve. That's what it was. And it was more people doing that. More people was disrespecting the dude. He's there trying to calm NuBreed down. The chat was riving NuBreed up. They was like, forget this guy. Get him off the phone. I'm like, oh, snap, yo. These people are not godly people. You saw the troll that pulled up on NuBreed's channel through the phone? The white boy, and started laughing. That was one of the people that was in his chat room, y'all. That goes to show you the people that be in your chat, man. You be thinking these are people that are Bible scholars and Bible enthusiasts or whatever the case is. A lot of these people just want entertainment, man. They just want to laugh. Man, it's crazy, y'all. Yeah, he crashed out again. Everybody gonna talk about it now. Everybody gonna talk about this now, and the receipts are there. And I know people screen recorded. I screen recorded his whole video. I went back, set it up, let that thing record, because I know how these dudes are. They end up pulling their videos, or they edit their videos, or they edit sections out of their videos. NuBreed is known for that. So at the end of the day, you know, I got my copy. I got my copy, fam. It is what it is. So, hey, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. My rice is burning. I'm gonna eat me some chicken, do what I gotta do, right? So, hey, y'all stay safe, peace and blessings. We're gonna report more on the news, do what we gotta do, and that's about it. Salute to Show, B-Dub Man, Sean the Navigator, Rebel for Almighty, Sherelle, Tracy, and it is what it is. You know, peace and blessings to all of you, right? What we witnessed today, man, is gonna go down in the record books. I've never seen somebody crash out twice. Everybody's gonna talk about it. All the content creators are gonna talk about this one. They're gonna all talk about this. This is huge news, man. I can't, twice you crash out? The man said he apologized to me 3 times. He took away the apology. He said, forget the apology now. I'm gonna stand on what I said. You're a blank, and a blank. I'm like, be my guest, bro. Go ahead and say it. If that makes you feel good, keep that energy. Because that's what I want the audience to see. I want them to see how you are. That's how you win the debate. When you're under pressure, you got to know how to control yourself. You don't know how to control yourself. You don't know how to play chess. You got angry. If you go to any boxing club where they train, the trainer will tell you, you can't go into a fight angry. You're going to lose. If you go into a boxing match angry, you're going to lose. You understand? Boxing is a mental game. It's a mental game. That's what it is. It's not a game to see who's angry. You know? That's not what it is. You don't go in there angry. No. You go in there to do your job because you know how to dance. You know how to do the dance. Yeah, war is about strategy. That's something NuBreed don't understand. War is all about strategy. This is a war, and I understand strategy. I know how to move. I know how to play. I know how to do what I need to do. NuBreed don't. He don't understand strategy. He's letting loose. He's reacting. He's reactionary. You know what I mean? He said in the video with MarcTheMessenger that if this was back in the day, oh, never mind. I won't say nothing. You know, he said that he's a reactionary fella. Well, look what happened. He reacted with demon possession. That's not the way a man of Yah is supposed to react. He's supposed to be calm, cool, collected. All of the ladies who follow him are now questioning, what are they doing? And the thing is, NuBreed called this on himself because I contacted the man privately to resolve it. He took it to social media and turned this into one big mess by putting out false narratives about me and my family. The man was lying from the beginning, said that I abused him and his wife, took advantage of them. And he's still trying to convince everybody that I owe him money. When he just told y'all that it was a misunderstanding on his part and he sent back 300. He told y'all in the crash out video that he gave me back my money. He didn't give me back my money. He sent back 300 of my money. I gave him $1,000 to send him on his way because he was thirsty for bread. You understand? I wasn't supposed to give him that. The man was literally thirsty and pressing me for money. And I'm like, why is this dude focused on money? I thought you helped me as a brother. So being that he's thirsty, and I'm like, you know what? Let me give you $1,000, send you on your way. Send him on his way, pack him up, because I already done knew that was it. We ain't gonna be cool no more. I knew it was gonna be so. And then he sent me a message later on, basically requesting more money. So I'm like, oh, you owe me more money. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, you gotta reimburse me more money for this and for that. I'm like, fam, I don't owe you nothing. You wildin', bro. And he been salty ever since. How can you don't blame me, fam? You came down, you signed up, you did the job, you said you was gonna help. I don't see what's the problem. You know? Yeah, I paid them to leave. Paid them to pack them up, get them up on out there. Send them back down to Atlanta. You know? It is what it is. If a moderator's in the building, pack up DJ. Pack up DJ, let him go. Let him go. If there's a moderator in the building. I told y'all, stop coming into my live chat telling me to let it go when you're here. Stop coming into the live chat telling me to let it go when you're here watching. You let it go. Don't tell me to let it go. There is nothing to let go. I'm responding to the news. This is social media. This is social media. This is news reporting and commentary. Stop telling me to let something go. If you don't like it, you go. Right? I don't understand what they keep saying about let it go. It's like they're blaming me. They're making it seem like I got some sort of issue that I just won't let go when the man just crashed out. The man just crashed out for the second time, y'all. For the second time. Last Saturday, the man crashed out. Now he crashed out again. The first crash out video was worse. It was worse. It was horrible. I didn't see it, but everybody else saw it. They told me about it. Right? So let me get on out of here, man. I gotta tend to this rice, y'all. So y'all be safe, fam. Peace and blessings, everybody. I'll catch y'all in the next stream. Signing out. Peace.